Guys, it's Cynimates or Cy, and today I'm going to be showing you the new version of AML-0101 since I decided to upgrade or change a lot of things. But first things first, I'm going to be reviewing the old one since I'm going to be comparing this to the new one, guys, because this one was made back in 2020. I guess it has been almost 5 years since I made this back in February when I heard about the AML community. There are some pros and cons about this rig, but in the new version I changed a lot of things, like this one, the tail. In the old one, when you bend it like this one doesn't bend as well because the bend here in the inherit tab is disabled, and I didn't know how it works back then. I'm just gonna enable it, disable it, that. But I think I'm just gonna let it stay like that since I do not plan on updating this rig anymore. And for the textures, let's just say that each body part has different textures, like this one all over his body, like this torso, left leg, and then the tail has different texture compared to these limbs right there. And this one is also stretched, which I didn't know that you can adjust this textures in the library tab right here. I didn't know that back then. Now in the new version I changed that, which I'm going to be showing you guys later. Also, let's just call these boxing gloves. Boxing gloves. For the adjustable jaw, it's in a good pivot point because you can actually rotate it like that and it would look like as open mouth, close, like that, as well as the other heads, like the main head and then the right head in this one. And yes, the older one also has some binary particles, which I also included in the new one. You can disable this whenever you like to prevent lagging or such, then press C to clear. And for the eyes, I didn't folder these ones as well, and I didn't get to adjust the custom rotation point. And when you scale it to Y, it would look like that. So it's not properly pivoted. And for the arms, they are functioning as intended. And for the beams, you can make this visible and invisible every time you want, and then scale this to Y, whatever length you like. When you render it, it would look like this. And glow isn't enabled because I didn't know that feature back then, or it's either that feature wasn't the version I used when I made this rig. So yeah, some parts here are unfolded, which could be confusing. So guys, I'm going to be showing you the changes in the new version right here. So guys, this is the new version. I'm just gonna close the old version first. Let's open this one. So here we also have some binary particles. Just enable spawn and it would look like that. Disable this and then despawn, clear. If you guys want to if you guys don't want it to appear, each head is now parented to each neck. Like this main right here, there's a head, and in every neck there's a head right there. You can move them all together and you can rotate it, guys, just like that. So for the appearances, I also made this to a binary texture compared to the old one because this one only has a plain texture on the top head. And yes, same functionality as the old one. The jaw is pivoted and you can adjust it whenever you want to close it or open it, just like that. Open wide and such. This rig also has beams same as the old one. Just make that visible and then scale to whatever length you like, just like that. Now for the eyes, as you can see, it's now folded, so you can just select this and not select them all together like that. You can scale the Y down, up or down. You can scale it to whatever you like. If you want to widen his eyes as such, this mini head's eye. And I also changed the antenna texture compared to that one, because that one has wide binary texture and this one is now adjusted. As you guys can see in the library, wait, where is it? As you guys can see, I have adjusted the textures right here, some other stuff right there in this library, and that's what I improved in this rig. And the spikes as well, I made them an armor, protective gears for his lower arms, wrists, and I also made a hand for him. By the way guys, you don't need to animate each finger individually, but this is optional guys, whenever you like. You can just select 3 of them and just bend them like this, but this is the same functionality as this hand, because you can just bend this one and then they will still bend like that. You can do this whenever you want to make him hold something. But speaking of holding, I made him a weapon. This is the new version's weapon. It is also parented to the hand on the right part, but not on the left part. That's the one of the cons right here. But if you want to dual wield, you can just duplicate this and then parent it to the hand of the left arm right here. And for the tail, I have fixed it just like this, because the end part now bends when I bend the first part as well. As you guys can see, I have enabled bend on the inherit tab. So basically, there are 3 tails, while this one only has 2. And I also made them a little spider for detail. And for the legs, I also changed them as well, and they are now alien-like, like one of those Benton aliens. And yes, I also added some feet right here. Adjust these guys, rotate it wherever you like, or bend them like how birds can bend their feet like that. You can also straighten these guys whenever you like, so he would stand up tall like that. So guys, let's now talk about the mutant version of the old one. This one has 4 arms, 2 tails as you guys can see, but the textures aren't still properly adjusted, but same functionalities as the old one, the jaw and everything, even the eyes. They are not folded, but they still have beams right here, and I didn't get to fix them because the mix color is still in green instead of white. And for the tails, they have the same functionality as the old one, like I mentioned just seconds ago. When you bend this, they do not bend as well. These do not bend as well. This one also has some extra details, like these sabers on each arm, and then a little something, some bands, glowy bands right here, and then some bands on his head like a headband. So now guys, I'm going to show you the new mutant version, which is right here guys. The same functionalities as the new version, except he has 2-sided weapons right here, spiky on this and spiky on the end, as well as this. And he is mainly dual wield in this form, and yes, also has textured wings compared to the old mutant, which is just plain colors. And he also has tails right here, tail 1 and then tail 2. You can select this together to make them move, then bend it like that. So there's a slight difference between the mutant version to the new normal version, because these antennas right here are slightly longer than this one, and for the tail, this is smaller, shorter than this one's, which is longer. And for the hands, they have the same functionalities as well. I have upscaled some other details right here, like these spikes. They are also slightly bigger than the normal form new version. And also, yes, I have changed the color of the beams right here. Just make that visible. It's white, and scale it to whatever length you like. You also some binary particles. You can just enable this and then spawn particles, except they are white compared to this one, which are green particles. So there you go, guys. I have done the review, guys, and let me know in the comments what you guys think about the rigs I made. If you guys prefer the old one to the new one, or the old mutant version to the new mutant version. And also, guys, I have included a .txt file in the folder for you guys to see his power tiers, abilities and such, and I guess his origin as well. I'm going to include it in the txt file. And yeah, guys, so if there are any problems with the rig, since these rigs are made in 1.2.9, as you guys can see, I'm still using the old version because my laptop cannot handle the new version. I'm still an old version animator though, and I'm going to be using 2.0 probably in the future when I get a new PC. So anyway, guys, that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and yes, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'm going to be leaving the download links in the description.